Their leaders are all gone. The next set of leaders are all gone. And the next set of leaders are mostly gone. And now nobody wants to be a leader over there anymore. We're having a hard time. We want to talk to them, and there's nobody to talk to. We have nobody to talk to. And you know what? We like it that way.
As tensions continue to rise, the mission expands. Troops are already on the ground, but now something heavier is moving. Across the United States, military bases shift into full deployment mode. This is no longer just manpower. This is armored force. Infantry units are already in position near the border, but to sustain operations, they need more. Tanks, fighting vehicles, heavy firepower. And that means large-scale transport. Rail yards come alive. Convoys arrive loaded with armored vehicles. One by one, Abrams tanks, Bradley vehicles, armored trucks are driven up ramps and onto flatbed rail cars. Each vehicle is locked into place, chained down, secured for long distance movement. Because once they start moving, they don't stop. This is how heavy war power begins. But heavy armor doesn't move alone. At a nearby airfield, AH-64 Apache helicopters are being prepared for deployment. Every system checked, every detail verified.
Hey guys.
Crew members move across the aircraft. Engines inspected. Weapons systems armed and confirmed. Nothing is rushed. Because once airborne, there's no room for error. Then the engines ignite. Rotor blades begin to turn. Speed builds. And the Apache lifts off. Clean and controlled, heading out toward naval forces already positioned in the region. Because this operation is moving on every front. And when the convoys reach the ports, the true scale of the operation becomes clear. Military vehicles stretching in every direction. Light trucks for transport, fuel tankers, support vehicles, rocket launcher systems ready for deployment, armored personnel carriers, Humvees fitted with mounted weapons, and heavy combat vehicles moving into position. M1 Abrams tanks, each weighing over 70 tons. M2 Bradley fighting vehicles, built for frontline combat. Recovery units, engineering equipment, mobile command systems coordinating it all. Dozens of specialized machines, all part of one operation. This isn't just movement. This is full ground power assembling. And now the movement goes global. At the port, massive roll-on, roll-off vessels move into position, guided carefully, anchored into place. The loading process begins immediately. No delays, no wasted time. One by one, vehicles move forward. Tanks, armored trucks, support systems. Driving straight onto the ship. Inside, crews guide every vehicle into position. Chains locked. Stability secured for long-distance travel. Every connection checked. Every load balanced. Because once at sea, there's no adjustment. Vehicle after vehicle filling the vessel. This is how heavy war power crosses oceans. Once loaded, the journey begins. Out in open water, the vessel carries its full load, moving steadily toward its destination. Inside the ship, the heaviest vehicles are secured below deck, protected, locked into place. Above, additional vehicles fill the upper levels. Packed tightly, organized for transport, as night falls, the ship continues forward, lit by its own industrial lights, cutting through the darkness. No stops, no breaks. The movement continues through the night because this operation is already in motion. And it won't stop until it reaches the battlefield. And once everything is loaded, the final lines are released. The ship is cleared to move. Tugboats guide the massive vessel away from the pier, carefully pushing it into the channel. Slowly, the ship clears the harbor. And begins moving under its own power. Out at sea, multiple vessels form up, moving together as a single unit, all set on course toward ports in the Middle East, carrying everything needed for what comes next. Because this isn't just transport. This is war power on the move. But these ships don't move alone. Once in open water, escort vessels take position around the convoy, forming a protective perimeter. Warships spread out, covering every direction, watching for any potential threat. Radar systems scanning constantly. Weapons ready, every movement tracked, because the success of the mission depends on this convoy reaching its destination. Nothing here is left unprotected. This is how military power moves under guard. Meanwhile, on the ground, near the border, American forces are already in position. And they're not waiting. A HIMARS launcher sits concealed behind a ridge, hidden, ready, waiting for the order. Coordinates come through. The crew moves immediately. Fire mission confirmed. The first rocket ignites, bursting into the sky with flame and force. Then another and another. Rockets streak upward one after another, heading toward targets dozens of kilometers away, designed to destroy vehicles and equipment in seconds. The moment the final rocket leaves, the crew moves fast. Launcher lowered, vehicle already repositioning. Gone before the enemy can respond. Strike and disappear.
Grab that one and pick this one up at the same time.
And while heavy forces move in, on the ground Marines prepare another critical tool: unmanned aerial systems drones. Equipment unpacked, components assembled, every system checked before launch. Sensors calibrated, connections verified, control systems brought online. And within moments, the drone is airborne, watching from above, tracking movement, feeding real-time intelligence back to the ground. Because today's battlefield isn't just fought with armor and firepower. It's controlled from above. And it's already watching,